One of the difficulties of filming outdoors is that even if there's a slight puff of wind, it tends to boom in the microphone, and that can be very irritating. VideoStudio is quite a powerful program, but although it does have some audio editing filters, there isn't one that's particularly effective against the boom from wind noise. I'll give you an example of what I mean. This is video 35 that I recorded on my Railway. I've dragged it down onto the video editing pane down here, and if I go back to the beginning of it, you can hear what I mean. Right, that's enough of that. So, if you can't do it within VideoStudio, the next best thing is to do it in a free downloadable program called Audacity. So with it on the timeline down here, I go to Share and make sure that this box isn't clicked, by the way. We want to extract the audio, so going to click on the audio options here, and from that select WAV. Give it a suitable title. We'll call it Video 35 Sound, and we now render it. Goes quite quickly because it's only taking the sound, not the video as well. It is quite a long clip. It's now been rendered successfully, so we open up Audacity. Here's one I was playing around with earlier, so we'll get rid of that. So what we need to do now is open up or import that sound file. I tend to use import on a sound file such as this because when you use import, it retains all the settings that you had previously, which is quite handy. So we'll import that video. I'm in the right folder. We called it Video 35 Sound. Open. And here it is. So if I play that now, you'll hear it's exactly the same sound we heard before. Okay. Now the first thing that you need to do is identify a section of the sound that you want to remove. So it was right at the beginning here where we didn't have any other, we didn't have the sound of the loco, we just had that booming in the microphone. So that little bit there, let's just play that. Yeah, that's enough. If I now go to Effect and down to Noise Removal and Repair and Noise Reduction, the first thing we need to do is to get the noise profile that we want to remove. So we click on that. We've highlighted that piece of sound. Click on that. That's now made a copy. It's remembered that little bit of noisy sound. Now we've got the sound profile that we want. The next job is to get rid of that sound on the whole file. So I need to highlight it all. So I click somewhere in there, go to Select and All, or I could use Control and A keys to do that. We now go back to the Noise Removal and Repair. Click on Noise Reduction. We've already got the noise profile. Now I've increased the values of these settings to 10. I think the default value is around about 6. You can leave it on 6, but I've increased it to 10. That seems to work quite effectively for this type of wind noise problem. We want it to reduce, so we'll say OK. it's now working on it, identifying all those horrible bits of wind noise and extracting them. Now, as you can see, it's also reduced the overall volume of that clip, but let's have a listen now and see what it's like. Well, you can hear there's still a little bit of boom in the background, so we can repeat the process. So click somewhere in the sound file, select all, and we'll go to Effect, and we'll just click here, Repeat Noise Reduction. So it's now processing, and when it's finished, you'll see the overall volume is reduced, but let's go back to the start and hear again. Now, I think you can hear that there's quite a considerable difference. So, let's now export that audio so that we can use it. Now, I could change the name to show that it's been worked on, that it's been tweaked, or I can keep the name the same. I'll keep the name the same. Export. It tells me that file already exists. Yes, we want to replace it. I can now go back into my editing software, go back to Edit, and import that media file. It was in here. I think I called it Video 35 Sound. Video 35 Sound. Open. So it's now added it to the library here. I can drag that down onto one of the music tracks in the timeline. And before we play it, I just need to mute the original sound. And now let's go to Project, back to the beginning, and play the clip. Just to remind ourselves, let's now unmute that and mute the new one. Adjust volume. I can mute it here more quickly. And let's go back and play that clip again. As you can hear, it's made quite a difference.